Seasoned with Grace UnBoxed presents Tune Up Tuesdays. This live weekly event is here to provide you and your family with tools for stronger family relationships. And now, here are your hosts, Doctors Robert and Denise Davis.
Hey, I'm Dr. Robert Davis. This is my wife, Dr. Denise Davis, and we're so glad that you have tuned in today for Tune Up Tuesdays. This is an opportunity for us to share with families how to improve and how to become stronger, healthier, functioning families. Tell us a little about Seasoned with Grace, Denise.
Well, Seasoned with Grace UnBoxed is a Denver-based nonprofit. It provides family and relationship services to business and community organizations to improve relationships and increase productivity. We help teams improve all relationships, whether it's home or workplace relationships.
You know, just as important, we work with individuals that are in addiction recovery, those that are transitioning from prison back into the community. We work with at-risk youth. We believe that if people can address whatever is the underlying issues within their families, whatever challenges it may be, whatever problems or abuse or whatever the history from generation to generation, as individuals can begin to address and to work through and to be equipped with the tools and skills necessary, that it can improve all of their relationships, it can help with their recovery, and it can also decrease recidivism. And so Tune Up Tuesdays is a weekly live event to give viewers the tools and strategies to tune up and to improve your family and to enhance relationships. Because when it comes to families, we believe the motto, good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good becomes better and your better becomes best. That is so right. So as we get ready to focus today, tell us a little about what Murray Bowen said.
Okay, just to recap our quote from last week, Murray Bowen, family therapy in clinical practice. When any key member of a family can accurately observe what is going on in their family, as well as the part they play in it, when they can control their own emotional reactions, when they can avoid counterattacking when they're provoked, and when they can maintain an active relationship with other key members of their family without withdrawing emotionally, checking out, or becoming silent, the entire system will change in a series of predictable steps. This is the essence of producing change in your family's system. This is the method of coaching one person through the predictable functioning of their family system and supervising their efforts to modify their own functioning in all their relationships. And this again comes from Murray Bowen, Family Therapy in Clinical Practice, page 436.
And I think that's one of the most powerful statements that you have about how we improve our functioning. And for that quote, you can go to our Facebook page. We have it right there on Seasoned with Grace UnBoxed Facebook page. And last week, when we came together last week, we learned that there are key members of the family.
Yep.
And when we talk about key members of the family, we're talking about individuals that have a direct impact on the way that you currently function or the way that you learn to function. So who are the members of your family? Grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, whoever it may be, mother and father, of course, who had a direct impact on how you understand relationships and how relationships function. And last week, we gave a homework assignment, and your homework assignment was for you to identify and to write down all of the family members that are key members of your family. So I hope that you did your homework assignment, because it's really going to help with us as we move forward today.
Okay, so the first statement was accurately observe what is going on in their family. So what does that mean, to accurately observe what is going on in their family?
Well, what that means, Dr. Davis, Denise, what that means is if we're going to improve our family relationships and, of course, how we interact with each other, the first thing we need to do is to actually know what is going on. And I know that kind of sounds redundant, but facts are very important. So the very first thing to improving family relationships is actually acquiring the facts about how your family relates, how your family behaves, how your family responds whenever there is an emotional, whenever there is an emotional situation, or just how the family interacts, generally speaking. As I said before, facts are important. Often, family experts will emphasize the importance of identifying feelings and emotions. And feelings and emotions are very important. But I want you to think about it. Feelings and emotions come to the surface because of real life situations and real life stimuli. In other words, something happens, and then feelings and emotions are produced in response to a very specific event. So before we talk about feelings and before we talk about emotions, we need to be accurate about the events that transpired as possible. So we want to be as accurate about the events as possible so that before we get into talking about emotions, we actually have an understanding of what happened, who said what, how did they respond, what was the looks on their faces, what were the sequence of events, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, well, the challenge is that feelings and emotions can skew our recollection of the facts of what really happened. I guess the question is, how do we regulate our emotions long enough to accurately observe what is going on in the family? But before we answer that question, let me tell you a little bit about how we connect with Seasoned with Grace. We're glad you're watching this video. We want you to connect with Seasoned with Grace. Please visit our website. Robert, what is our contact information?
Please visit our website. Our website is www.swg, which is Seasoned with Grace, swg-unboxed.org. That's www.swg-unboxed.org. Please like and follow us on Facebook. Our Facebook account is facebook.com/SWG Unboxed. And if you're interested in Seasoned with Grace providing our dynamic family and relationship training and coaching for your workplace or organization, we want you to reach out to us on our website, or you can also find us on LinkedIn, or you can leave us a message on Facebook. So what was that question again?
Okay, the question was, or what I was saying was that the challenge is that feelings and emotions often distort our memory of the facts of what happened or what even is happening in the family relationships. I was asking, how do we regulate our emotions long enough to accurately observe what is going on in the family?
Well, the first part, and the first word that I would use is the word intentionality.
Intentionality.
Guess what? The fact that you have tuned in on this Tuesday evening to Tune Up Tuesdays, try to find more ways to put the word Tuesday in a sentence. The fact that you've tuned in to Tune Up Tuesdays means that you want to, or you at least are interested in moving to the next level in your family relationships. And so the good news, Denise, is that from here on out, every time that you are involved in some sort of family conflict, or you are involved in some other sort of family functioning, then you're going to start paying closer attention to what people are saying. You're going to start paying closer attention to what people are doing. So intentionally, I want to intentionally observe what is going on. You know, if we talk about improving our families, one of the things that we have to become, I guess, is a researcher. And a great researcher is someone who observes before they come to conclusions, before they try to give their hypothesis or whatever. They first want to spend time just observing what is going on. And that is very important in your family as well. So before you start judging someone's motives or trying to lay blame on an individual, the very first thing we have to do is just to be accurate and honest about the events that actually have transpired. Next, you have to actually get into the discipline of doing it. And so we're going to do a little quick exercise for you. Denise, can you think of a recent example of any conflict in our family? And I know it's going to play with another family member because I'm perfect. And when you're married to somebody perfect, as the old country songwriter says, what does it say, baby?
It's
hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. So tell us a little bit about something that has transpired recently some conflict or anything in our family. Let's be
Okay.
transparent today.
Okay, so I can think of wax in the sink. Our daughter had a project, and very creative person. So she decided that she was going to make soap and candles as a part of this project. She was going to involve her class, and she was putting together some examples, etc. And so we had a busy day. They went to MMA, came home. She got started on her project. I ran an errand, came home, dropped off her supplies, and then I went back out to an event. So when we came back home, I think we were cleaning up the kitchen, or the next day, we noticed that the sink started bubbling up. And so we're like, what is happening? We tried fixing the garbage disposal, and then we see waxy stuff coming up into the sink. So we had a little thing because...
Well, I was pretty frustrated since you want to drag me into the most innocent man in America.
Right.
But I was frustrated at the fact that she was doing a wax project unsupervised when it was her very first time doing such a wax thing. That it had got into the dishes. Now it was in the sink. And of course, if the garbage disposal is messed up and stuff is broken, then a superhero is going to be the one to fix it. So I was quite upset. So looking at that situation.
But your position was that I should have had her wait till I was home to do her project.
Yes.
But in fact, I was actually out doing something that you've asked me to do.
Yes.
So I couldn't be at two places at a time.
Y'all see this. I want everybody to see. Y'all see this, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's do a little exercise here. Since somehow it got back to me being the bad guy. And that is, we just want to deal with just the facts. Kind of like Joe Friday from Dragnet would always say, just the facts, ma'am, or just the facts, sir. So just the facts, ma'am. Let's start off with who was involved. Who are all the people that was involved in this situation?
Okay. Call her name.
Yes.
Our daughter, Elise, myself, you, Robert, and our son, who was also helping to clean up the wax.
Okay, the next question is, these type of questions you want to ask without laying blame or anything else, as somebody did. The next thing you want to do is to ask questions, where did it happen? So we're just doing an observation. Where did it happen?
In the kitchen.
So it happened in the kitchen. When did it happen?
It happened last Thursday.
So it happened last Thursday. Do you remember who said what? And because
it was a 2-day event. So the waxing, the making of the candle happened on Wednesday, but the garbage disposal didn't start backing up until Thursday.
Okay, so we know when it happened. And we're not going to get into it, but do you remember who said what? Who said what? What was the sequence of who said what?
Yes, I remember who said what.
Okay. And you remember how much of a peacemaker and how much I tried to make things, smooth things over, and I carried myself with such dignity and everything else. So another question is, and you talked about it as well, which is who did what? So before we try to deal with motives and stuff, we want to draw just who did what. So who said what, who did what, and then we want to put things in a sequential order. What happened first, as much as possible. Our recollections are still going to be fuzzy. Mm-hmm. That's just human nature sometimes. But what happened first? What happened second? What happened next? These are the type of things that we want to ask. So, of course, the very first thing is, whatever a key member of the family can accurately observe what is going on. So we identified key members last week, and I hope that you did your homework assignment. The next part is can accurately observe what is going on. Just a scientific part, looking at it and saying, all right, this is who said what. This is when it was said. You even want to talk about things about the volume. You try to want to stay away from words like, she was acting erratic. He was belligerent. These type of things. And again, just sticking with the bottom line facts. Okay. That's just we're gonna get into some other things as we progress throughout the weeks. But today I really want you just to get into the habit. So as you go throughout this week, I want you to think and to be intentional as you're interacting with your family. It doesn't have to always be conflict. I'll be honest with you. Conflict does help us an awful lot to be able to do this exercise, but it doesn't have to always be conflict. It can also be just regular conversations. It can be just any type of family interaction around the dinner table, just training the mind to actually observe what is going on within the family. So, Dr. Davis, do we have a homework assignment for this week?
Actually, we do. So this week Either by yourself or with your family member, go over a recent disagreement or conflict and answer the following questions. Ready? Who was involved? Where did it happen? When did it happen? Who said what? Who did what? What happened first, second, and next? All right, so let's repeat that again.
All right.
Who all was involved?
Okay.
Where did it happen? When did it happen? Who said what? Who did what? What happened first, second, and next?
Okay, so we know that if one of the persons involved was Robert Davis, then we know for a fact that he said the right thing at the right time in the right way. So that's the observation right there. Robert said it the right time, the right way, at the right place, because Robert Davis is the most wonderful husband and father the world has ever
And that's
created.
why it's so difficult for me, because you're so perfect.
Listen, I want to thank each of you for watching today. I want to just take a moment and apologize for some of the technical issues that we had last week, and I appreciate all of the constructive input that I received from several of my friends and other individuals on Facebook. Some of you inboxed me, and some of you called and text. I really appreciated that. And so we're working on it. This is a work in progress, as we are hoping to bring to you the highest quality presentations that are possible. And so again, I want to thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to connect with us at www.swg, that's Seasoned with Grace, swg-unboxed.org. I want you to connect with us either there or on LinkedIn or on Facebook. We want to hear from you. And some of you may have questions. Please feel free to inbox us or just to leave a post on our Facebook page. And as we are continuing, we also want to specific questions that you may have relative to things you're thinking about, or even specific to your relationship. If you do that, especially if you inbox us, we will do our best, and we will make sure that your name and information remains anonymous. So I'm going to see you next week at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I want to remind you that even the most smooth running families need to be tuned up on Tuesdays. Sure. So we look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you for tuning in, and God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Tune Up Tuesday. You can connect with us on Facebook or check out our website at swg-unboxed.org. That's swg-unboxed.org. Again, thank you for watching, and tune in next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another insightful episode of Tune Up Tuesday. Seasoned with Grace, UnBoxed also provides healthy relationship training and leadership development for businesses, churches, and community organizations. For a free consultation to discuss your team's needs, please contact us at our website at swg-unboxed.org. That's swg-unboxed.org.